And welcome back, guys. We are doing another test review on something I think is pretty pimpin'. So this vintage started life as a 2006 Harley Davidson Softail Heritage 103, and it looks like it's changed quite a bit. Let me just put my gloves here for a sec. And I've got a list of all the stuff that this bike has had done, and it is a monster. Usually you guys know I'd go through the specs, stick it up on the screen, B-roll would be flying, and job done. However, so as you can see here, that's how it started life. Heritage Softail, blah blah blah. And then if we go down here, this is all the parts that it's had. So it's page 1, page 2, page 3, I mean there is lots, guys. Page 4, that's 4 pages of stuff. So what I'm going to do is stick all of this in the description box below, guys. You can see everything on this bike. But straight from the top, this is a stage 2 as well, 103. It's got the 240 at the rear. Off the top of my head, Roland Sands design rear fender, which looks really incredible. Performance machine wheels at the front and rear. Performance machine brakes. We've got this beautiful Springer here at the front, so I've never been on a Springer before, so this would be a first for me. I mean, it's just littered with parts, and this open primary case as well, which is a nice touch. As always, let's do the sound test. So in 3, 2, 1. The other thing I want to show you guys is just how I fit, or how I look like on this bike. So as I walk around the bike, you will see that in terms of the seat height, although I don't know the exact measurements, it's extremely low. As I sit on the bike then, it is forward controls, as you can see. One of the things that you've got to have a little bit of caution with is that you've got the open air cleaner here. So you just need to make sure that, you know, the Eugene leg is not covering that, because clearly you need a bit of suction there. I think these are the widest bars I've ever been on. So all in all, looking forward just to take it out and see what this thing is like. Okay, finally. Ugh, just spat everywhere. We are doing the review. So we're going to go down to Beachy Head, guys, and just give this thing a little bit of a whirl. Let's do it. So first impressions for me, this thing is incredible. I mean, has this got to be the most standout Harley you've seen? Perhaps a little exaggeration there, but good grief, as I was pulling off then, everyone was looking at it. I mean, straight away with that Springer front end, first thing I'm noticing is obviously comparing it to the emulsion suspension these days, there's a big difference. So yes, as you can hear from my voice, it's quite solid, but I just absolutely love these bars. I mean, they're incredible. Super wide, gives it a really nice stance. But in terms of the riding position then, it's, you know, forward controls. That's always my my best positioning on a Harley. So that feels alright. Quite tough on the seat, but, you know, let's be honest, you're not going to be taking this for long distance rides. For me, this is a let's go down to Brighton for the weekend, let's show this bike off. That's what it's about. It's coming into the roundabout. We're going to do a 360 just to see what this bike handles like. Should be interesting. But straight away at that lean angle, you've got to be careful. I can feel that peg already being very, very close. To be fair, it feels nice, you know, clearly just going around 24 miles an hour here. But yeah, it's different, it's nice, it really stands out. And let's peel off your shoulder check, let's drop it down, and yes, let's open it up. See, that's stage 2. And don't get me wrong, it's not a ripper at all, but I just can't get over how cool this bike is. Super nice. Coming up to the next roundabout. As you guys know, one of the things I like to do is just see how this bike carves, or how bikes carve. So going into it, at 240, gripping nicely, leaning in. Oh, it's an interesting one. It's definitely not one you can just chuck about, carve through a roundabout, but you know, would you actually want to do it on a bike like this? And as we come into the urbans part of the section of the review, I'm always interested in terms of when bikes go super custom, just how much it affects the functionality. And going through here, you can get a feel of how much it's actually affected it. And for me, it still rides okay. It's just that lean angle is massively reduced. Okay, so let's see what this is like. Rolling road start up to 60. Ready? Let's go. And we're there. Well, clearly with the twin cam it's going to be different to the M8 in terms of that power getting up to 60, but it's still got quite a bit of oomph. I guess with the stage 2 it gives it a little bit more. Not breathtaking obviously. Then coming over to this part, oh, listen to that lovely exhaust note. So that noise is coming from the Vance & Hines 2-into-1 tracker. Interestingly enough, Roland Sands designed to exactly the same look. To be fair, I think it's exactly the same pipe, just different badges. But I must admit, this thing is giving me a smile on my face. It is infectious. And I know that there's going to be people that are going to say it's impractical, it's not modern. But the whole idea is about bringing a bike, bringing that personality to life. And this does it in bucket loads. Okay, as we make our way towards Beachy Head, and we're starting coming into those twisties that we all love. So let's see what this bike is like. As you guys know, coming into that right bend, I love this sweeping bend, but I know with this bike I've got to take it a bit easy, just dropping those gears down. Then coming into that left bend, as you guys know this is super bumpy, so it's going to be interesting to see how the Springer handles at the front end, especially over this right hand bend. Yeah, it is a bit of a challenge, but it's okay. And coming over, absolutely beautiful. The front end's okay. It's definitely a little bit of a challenge, but nothing crazy. As my teeth chatter together. And you can tell the sun's out, because everyone is out today. And we've got this tight left bend. It's coming round it. And then hopefully we'll get to open it up a bit. Oh, stones, stones, stones. And here we go. And I just hope from this review, guys, you're just hearing that engine coming over towards the cliffs. And then to this left. Choppy waves as always. And then just letting this bike open up as soon as I get around this curve. 3, 2, 1, go. Absolutely sweet as a nut, gorgeous. So heading into the final part of the review, and we've got this chicane. It's always an interesting one, always puts the bikes to a real test. Really tests them on the lean angle and just how easy it is to throw it from one side to the other. It's a left, then right, then left, and dropping it down. Right bend. Actually not too bad. Let's get past the cyclists. Love cyclists. And then going through on the left, like so, and then hopefully opening it up. Beautiful. Okay, so I guess we've got to break it down to what did I think of this bike. Alright, let's talk about the obvious first. So the suspension. So we got the Springer front. For me that was it's a little tough obviously, guys. It's not necessarily built for comfort, it's built for that look. And again, in practicality terms, you are not going to be taking this bike on long runs. For me, this would be the weekend warrior bike. And just that note, oh yeah, I mean, that's enough. In terms of the power, that twin cam is okay. As I mentioned right at the start, it's the stage 2. So it's got a little pep in it, it'll keep you entertained. Now the one thing I didn't mention in the review of this has got the performance machine brakes, the calipers, and from my perspective, I'd go as far as saying they didn't feel as responsive as the normal HD brakes. But for me overall, I mean, this bike is a clear head turner. The paint is fantastic, done by the guys at Image Design. Perhaps it's because I'm heading towards that 40-year-old mark, but the chrome, I love it. I do really like the chrome. I don't know what's happened to me lately, but it's kind of warming to me. So yeah, overall, just really enjoyed the test review, or the first ride on this. But anyway guys, you stay safe, hope you enjoyed the view. Make sure you drop that like, and I'll see you guys soon on the flip side. All the best. Let's get around this bend first. As I said, all the best, Motonewbrider.
There goes a sight from my soul.